More than a decade after the spill at the Kingston fossil plant, the legal system is still sifting through the aftermath. Legal analyst Greg Isaacs is here as an issue raised in lawsuits over the cleanup was in front of the Tennessee Supreme Court justices today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, it's good to be here.
Wow, there's a lot to talk about. So basically, the huge spill, as we know, caused a huge mess and a huge cleanup response. TVA hired contractor Jacobs Engineering to head up that effort. Workers that Jacobs brought in have sued, saying exposure to the ash made them sick. Some have died. That's been in the hands of a federal court for years. Greg, we're asking you to explain the role of the state court today, and we're also talking about state law on silica exposure.
Lori, a complex toxic tort case has become more complex. Even though a jury found some degree of liability in 2018, now the lawyers have turned to the periodic table of the elements and are debating today in our Tennessee Supreme Court on is coal ash silica. Now, a brilliant legal move if it works, because if coal ash is silica, Jacobs lawyers are arguing then liability is defined and controlled by the Tennessee Silica Claims Priorities Act.
And that bar has set really high on that,
Way
yes?
high. Not just old garden variety negligence. So let's talk about what would happen. Basically, billions of dollars of claims could get thrown out if there is a finding that coal ash is silica or mixed dust. Now, that law is very stringent, a lot of high hoops, as you just intimated, to jump through. You have to have 5 years of continuous exposure, a latency period of 10 years, continuous x-rays, a specific doctor to diagnose the disorder relating to silica. So think about it, all the plaintiffs would have missed the hoops. So the federal judge, before he makes such a draconian decision, is asking the Tennessee Supreme Court to say, how is this applicable to coal ash?
And let me ask you this, how unusual is it for one court to ask another for their just an opinion?
Lori, it is extremely unusual, and silica is a very common mineral that's found when you make cement, when you make glass, and all of this. Today in the Tennessee Supreme Court, one of the lawyers for the plaintiffs argued, hey, Jacobs is trying to confuse the court, the federal court, because if I hit you over the head with a brick, it contains silica. Silica Act, Priorities Act doesn't apply.
Does federal court have to abide by what the Supreme Court says, the state Supreme Court?
Well, what they did was certify the question. So what they're asking for is guidance, and that's a very smart move. Federal courts interpret issues of federal law, state courts, state law. Right. So they're asking guidance on this novel issue of state law, and they will. Once there is an issue, a resolution from our Supreme Court justices, then that will work its way through federal court. But Lori, think about this. A decision on whether this chemical compound is silica, not silica, whether this act applies, is going to decide whether one of the largest toxic torts, not only in East Tennessee, in the country, is going to proceed with people getting compensated or potentially thrown out.
We'll be watching. Greg, thank you.
Thank you.